is Mrs. Duran. I'm a second grade teacher at Butterfield Elementary in Turner since 2001. My teaching experience has provided a diverse view of learning experiences across dynamic learning abilities, cultures, and socioeconomic status. A brief overview of the 5 components of reading and how they connect to writing. Phonemic awareness. Phonemic awareness is a subset of phonological awareness in which readers are to recognize words, identify each unit of sound from that word, and develop a succinct expression within its correct sound and context. Fluency. Reading fluency is the ability to read a text with accuracy at the appropriate rate. There's a direct connection between fluency and comprehension. Vocabulary, the ability to understand the language being used. Knowledge and understanding the meaning of words plays a fundamental role in the reading process and contributes to readers' comprehension. Text comprehension is using the language to develop an understanding and interpretation of what is read and the connection the reader makes after reading a text. The 5 components of reading connection to writing. Phonics, phonemic awareness, vocabulary, fluency are all connected to writing through one primary channel, comprehension. Another key component of the literacy process is writing. As children discover writing as a form of communication, they will begin to express themselves to the best of their ability. Children's literacy and development is dependent on the synergy between reading and writing. Reciprocal cognitive operations are strategies that draw on resources of knowledge used in both reading and writing. If students are taught the history, significance, and process of how to write, they will begin to initiate writing as another form of communication, expressing themselves, expanding, and documenting on the details of life experiences, including its relationship with writing. Reading and writing are closely related, forming a symbiotic relationship where each may be used to learn and enrich each other. In order to write correctly, the first 5 components of understanding literature must be understood at their most fundamental levels. Providing direct and explicit instruction supports students with learning skills that can be maintained toward the end of the school year. One instructional strategy for teaching, reinforcing each of the 5 components of reading, plus 1 for writing. In phonemic awareness, literacy may be taught using rhyming words. In this one example, students are participating in a read aloud with a book that rhymes. Students are listening, participating in rhyming activities, and may be instructed to point out rhyming words. During this instruction, we ask the reader to identify the primary words they believe are important. Reading poems and singing rhymes together, pointing out the words that rhyme, and oral recitations are strategies we use to reinforce literacy and components. In phonics, teachers can design a soundboard to help increase awareness of the segments of sounds in speech and how they link to letters, creating a tangible connection for students to relate to. Teachers can also work on decoding words, analyzing word parts, and write and recognize word. Continuing with word family association, our objective for students is to identify groups of words that have common themes like act, ed, age, and so on. As we practice fluency, repetition works well because it allows the brain to recall information that may not have been stored in the cerebral cortex initially. Usually conducted in small groups, these exercises are read first by the instructor, next read by the children, who then must repeat what they've read in a text. It is during these lessons we begin to gauge comprehension. Specifically during comprehension instruction, students orally retell the story they've read, as well as writing. And in vocabulary, we increase the comprehension by having students make connections within text, identifying the main idea and key details. Combining pictures and reading ahead can help determine the meaning of the word when put into context. In these lessons, the students has taken the time to reflect and organize their thoughts after reading a text. Then their writing can adequately take place, ensuring reading comprehension. The importance of assessment and progress monitoring to track student progress. Progress monitoring and assessments are crucial to meet students at their point of need, an important focal point to assess students. In addition to keeping a progress monitoring log for them, so they have the realization of their current level of academic support, what is expected or possible. Another way of monitoring a student's progress is using the system of color coding. Color coding may be combined with data sheets to assess their scores and discuss their weekly progress. Color coding provides information to students using visual content to illustrate how they are performing throughout their literacy curriculum. Setting objectives is a helpful way for students to understand what is required of them. Students can effectively track the students' progress by analyzing trends in student assessment data. In our school, teachers use the Lexia Core program to closely monitor the students' time on task and passing rate from each lesson to help inform instructional decisions. Teachers may enter their students' weekly reading benchmark unit assessment scores into a spreadsheet to track their average assessment scores and monitor their needed areas of improvement in reading. One online resource that will help teachers support struggling readers and writers is RAS Kids. Ways a reading literacy specialist can help support students and teachers. Following the guidelines, Every Student Succeeds Act of 2016, the reading literacy specialist can help support students and teachers by conducting a consistent coaching cycle, including weekly walkthrough, teach outreach strategies for teachers to apply and promote literacy culture in the classroom. The literacy specialists can also support teachers by providing resources such as professional development trainings, mini webinars, anchor charts, graphic organizers, websites, or even modeling in the classroom to enhance that teaching ability in reading to their students. Providing these support systems will help students to become efficient readers and writers. Scaffold instructions challenge students to take part in tasks that require further assistance from the teacher. The literacy specialist can also encourage and motivate students by celebrating their success on a weekly basis with direct recognition. The reading coach in our school has an established bulletin board listed with each grade level, which includes weekly data from Lecture Core 5, spotlighting the highest performing students, featuring grade level passing rates, and recognizes their achievement in a personalized reward. This positive interaction with an administrator, other than the teacher, is motivation that helps to drive students make further gains. To parallel our reading literacy specialist program, we display a chart where students in class can see the levels each time they level up and are issued congratulatory certificates for each success level to encourage and motivate students to complete each unit. Thank you.